Hi there, welcome back to the channel. This is Michael. Today we're going to be talking about Stage Fright by Garrett Boatman. This is originally published in 1988. This is the 2017 Paperbacks from Hell re-release that they put out by Valancourt books. I think this has potential to be one of the best 80s horror books I've ever read, but it falls short, and I'm going to explain why in a moment. So Stage Fright, we are following Izzy Stark, who's sort of an Alice Cooper rock and roll type. He is using a machine to insert these things called dreamies directly into the audience's head via this sort of telekinetic machine. He sort of puts on these horror shows, and they're very nightmare-inducing, and it sounds like awesome rock and roll sort of horror event happening. But, yeah, I want to love this book so much. I want to. I really did. I really did. So, we've got our main character, Izzy. We've got this fellow Quint, who is sort of a childhood friend of Izzy's, who's going to be making a documentary, or not documentary. He's doing an essay on him for newspapers, writing a book about him. And Helen, which is Izzy's girlfriend. So Izzy is using this dreamies and this machine to send these nightmares into people in an audience. And he learns about a thing called Taraxian, which is this sort of an LSD made out of schizophrenic's blood, which is not a real thing, but so he takes it sort of like LSD and it enhances the dreams, and these nightmares come to life. Again, all sounds great so far. I liked the premise for this a lot. There are some great horrific horror scenes in this book. Lots and lots of good stuff. But I don't know. It's like 50 pages too long, and I just get totally bogged down by these extra characters that they introduce, which I'll go into right now. So we're following the neighbors of Izzy, who are this old couple and a friend who used to be in a band back in the 60s or something, in the 50s. We're following them as they sort of experience secondhand what's happening to Izzy. I did not like those characters whatsoever. I found them completely boring, and I did not care about them whatsoever. They were just sort of there. Things were happening, and I was like, who could be anybody? Which brings me to another set of characters, which were these four friends that were running a fanzine, I believe. And they're just like drinking beer and farting and smoking drugs, and they are just boring as all hell. And I'm like, I should like these characters, but no. I felt nothing for them. And I just was like, blah. So, all these events are happening to characters that I don't care about. And that is a kiss of death for a book for me. I need some sort of emotional attachment, something to sort of grab onto that I just would love. But this one, it's like, I felt like I was watching like a Z-grade horror movie, like with zero character development whatsoever. It's just, this is the blonde guy, this is the biker guy, this is the old people. It had such potential, and it's wasted. I think if they had gotten rid of some of the extra characters, brought more time with the ones that were important to the actual story, namely Izzy, Helen, and Quint, we could sort of coalesce a really good story along that. Maybe one or two more characters, but not like 8 more people that I don't care about. But granted, the horror that's in this book is fantastic. There is some soaking seawater river zombies at the beginning. There's a giant killer bird that's maiming people. There is swarms of evil demon bats. There is an apocalyptic ending to this book that is out of control. And I feel like if I could take the first chapter, a couple little bits in between, and then just read the last chapter, or the last like couple chapters, I would have loved this book. It would have been 100% 5 stars. All the extra stuff in between just dragged it right down. So this could have been 5 stars. Could have been. I'm giving it 3.5. Again, the characters did not grab me at all, and I had no emotional investment. And case in point with these kind of books, these should be done in about a week, give or take. You know, and that's how long they take. They're 300 pages. Should be fast. This one took me 6 weeks to get through. I was reading it, and I would fall asleep because it was like boring as all hell. And then we get to the good part, and I blazed through the last chunk in like one session because it was like so good. So, does it make up? No, it doesn't. Do I recommend? I do. I do recommend you read this. It is lots of fun. But, yeah. Okay, that's it for today. That was Stage Fright by Garrett Boatman. It's also got an introduction by Will Erickson at the beginning. He seems to like it. Good for him. So, that's it. Have yourself a good rest of your weekend, and I will talk to you guys later.